Isn't it crazy how expensive groceries are becoming? Especially meat. Do not even get me started on egg prices. I hear about how unaffordable these things are all the time, especially at work. I think maybe vegans and vegetarians have it right. But there is another option, a six-legged one. With the human population ever rising and our agriculture struggling to keep up, maybe it's time to radicalize what exactly we're eating. Our current livestock is not the most efficient nor good for the environment, but switching to a more bug-central focus would fix many of these issues. I'm not advocating for an all-bug diet, but perhaps more than we in the West are used to. I've always had an interest in sustainability and environmentalism, and surprisingly, the switch to a more bug-friendly diet involves both of those. Plus, who doesn't want to save a few extra dollars on their shopping trips? Insects have the potential to be the greatest switch we can make for our health, our wallets, and our environment. Plus, people eat bugs every day, not just unintentionally, but by desire, especially in countries such as Asia, Africa, South America, even Europe. So why not us? Our current meat agriculture is not good enough. It is expensive enough to raise livestock as we have now, but with rising population across the globe, we require more resources than we have in order to keep up. The increase in the amount of protein that developed countries eat does not help the situation either, as mentioned by the world today. Our current livestock demands a lot of limited natural resources, such as food, water, and land. The bioefficiency of meat is truly abysmal for the rewards. According to the World Today's article, it takes 20 tons of water and 7 kilograms of food to produce 1 kilogram of feedlot beef. Freshwater is already a rapidly diminishing resource, even in the United States, so increasing the amount that goes into an inefficient factory livestock endeavor does not make sense. More livestock needs more food, which currently is mostly corn-based, which again demands more water and more land. And the diversion of this grain further increases the grocery prices on the grain we consume. In order to keep up with demand, using our current meat infrastructure, we would have to continue and increase our exploitation of developing nations, who import food with their unindustrialized resources, with still increased in prices, but also the ethical toll. Insects, however, require much less food, land, and water. The European Food and Feed Law Review says that crickets need 6 times less food than cattle, 4 times less than sheep, and 2 times less than pigs or chicken to produce the same quantity of protein. As far as feeding insects we're able to sustain them on organic waste. Our current livestock is bad for the environment. With insects, we don't have to destroy forests to make room for fields and pastures, and we don't have to irrigate water. We also don't have to worry about sickness as much from livestock spreading to people or from antibiotic resistances. They also produced an estimated 10 to 100 times less ammonia than other livestock, according to a European Food and Feed Law Review. Insects are also a lot more hands-off, not requiring as many laborers in breeding or harvesting, keeping costs low again. That said, I don't think the answer is to cease farming the livestock we currently have, but to instead incorporate insects into it. Bugs can improve the food systems we have, and not just by increasing pollination rates. Excess or lower quality insects can be used to feed both farm poultry and farmed fish. In our current system, many of the farm poultry and fish from aquaculture are actually unhealthy or even sick. And this is because these animals are omnivores and get many of their important nutrients from fatty acids in insects that were included in their natural diet. With the addition of insects, these animals will require fewer food additives and produce better quality meat. Insects can more easily be fed with organic waste than traditional farm animals as well. While they too will require similar, if not the same, requirements for those food wastes as pigs, again, they'll require less of it and produce more meat. Animals are not the only things currently eating bugs. Bugs are already eaten knowingly or unknowingly by humans. Other cultures not only happen to eat insects, but choose or desire to do so. While it is especially dominant in Eastern countries such as Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, who have established insect farming industry more than Western countries, there are some, such as France, who has a popular dish called crevette du bois, which is made in the south and is from cicada pupa. Another commonly consumed insect in other locations is the cochineal beetle, which is used often in red dyes and is also in cosmetics. Eating insects is also allowed by every known religion, which is great because there's no special butcheries or ceremonies required. The article Insects for Dinner goes into how the Netherlands and Finland have turned mealworms and crickets respectively into flour, which can then be used to make steaks and burgers and also breads. And then if you still don't like the idea of insects, you might be horrified to find out you already do. The US FDA allows up to 75 pieces of insects per milliliter of hot chocolate and up to 60 aphids in every portion of frozen broccoli, according to the Alternatives Journal. There are insects in nearly every other processed food you eat as well. With a diet already consisting of bugs, you might as well make some of that intentional. For your health, the health of other livestock, and the health of the planet, why not give bugs a try, like so much of the world already does? They have the potential to prevent the further increase of grocery prices and improve many of our other current industries. It is understandable that it will take some adjustments, even mentally, but it's worth consideration. You never know what your favorite dish may be.